What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's popping, man? What is popping? Man, check it out, man. We are finna talk about some stuff tonight. We're gonna get into some real live talk tonight, man. I'm really anxious to get into this conversation because I'm disappointed and kind of pissed off, really, this evening with the state of Florida, and not only the state of Florida, but I don't want. I'm probably going to offend some people, but I really don't care. I really don't care tonight because I definitely feel like this is something that we need to talk about because I think we're beginning to just throw in the tower and not even give a fuck about um, what is going on around us today. And I'm speaking about the uh, election today, November 8th, 2022. And I am one who pays attention on election day because I want to see, in fact, what is going on and how things are heading and will be heading in the near future. If you guys see me keep glancing to my left, is because I am keeping an eye on the governor's race and as well as the U.S. Senate race in Georgia, also with Raphael uh, Warlock and the stupid ass Herschel Walker. They're currently tied 49% by the 49%. So I'm keeping an eye on that, as well as the gubernatorial race there as well. I I I'm going to get to Georgia shortly, but I currently want to talk about my great state of Florida, FLA, all day. I am really disappointed, and I hope that you guys understand when I say this. I say this with a lot of conviction, first and foremost, but also say it with a lot of respect. The African community failed in this election, and I'm going to repeat that. The African community failed. And now, as you guys know, that we had uh, Ron DeSantis, repeat governor, uh, running governor of the state of Florida once before as a Republican. He ran on a card this time as a Democrat. Now, my my issue is that we did not uh, stand up for what we should have stood up for in this election. Now, let me tell you, if you cannot click onto the link on the on my Facebook page, please let me know. But if you click that link, it would allow you to come into the studio and state your opinion because I know I'm probably going to offend some people this evening. But I really, as I said before, don't care because with all that our ancestors have fought for to give us the opportunity to vote, and we just throw it away. We overlook it like some unwanted trash. And with that being said, the percentage of blacks that went out to vote in this election, and the real number is going to come out in the next few days, but I can tell you the number was really, really really, really low. And I want to say the number was somewhere around 20 something percent of the African American community in the state of Florida voted in this election. Whether it been for the governor election or the U.S. Senate seat with the asshole and the current individual who is trying to destroy Social Security, Marco Rubio, who went up against Val Demmer, the Democrat who was looking to seek that seat here in the state of Florida. Now there was a lot of different elections in the state of Florida today. We know that. But guys, let me say this to you. The entire state of Florida, I'm just going to use this as an example, is red. The entire fucking state of Florida is red. And if you don't know what red means, look it up. Because you should know what it means. But the entire state is red. From Orlando area to the Tampa area, shockingly to the Dade County, my hometown area, Fort Lauderdale, all over. It's just shocking the numbers of people who came out to vote and staggering numbers to get these Republicans in office. And I'm going to say they did one hell of a job because we definitely didn't get our asses out to vote in this election. I am still keeping an eye out on this U.S. Senate seat in Georgia, as well as this gubernatorial race. I don't think they called it yet with the gubernatorial race. I know that the current governor, Brian Kemp, had taken the lead a little while ago. He had taken the lead, and Stacey Adams was up for a good little while. But I'm trying to keep an eye on that election as well. Let's keep an eye on. I don't understand how we're gonna put. Not how we, because I'm not from Georgia, but I don't understand how African Americans in Georgia would want Herschel Walker to represent them in the U.S. Senate. Herschel Walker can barely read, and he's really, oh man, I am so fucking. I have a statistic here. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Prior to the election, we're talking about Georgia now, and we're going to Florida. I'm not done with you. Prior to the election, there had only been, for early voting, there was only 29% blacks who voted in Georgia in early voting. That is ridiculous. In Florida, I think the number, if I'm not mistaken, was a little lower, where they didn't vote early voting. They didn't do any of that. I am just shocked that here in Florida, we would want to let this governor get back in office. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm for abortion rights. I think a woman have a right to decide what the hell she want to do with her body. This governor that y'all allowed to be reelected for another 2 years, 4 years, whatever the hell he get, which I think he's probably going to run for president anyway. But this governor says that women don't have a right to say what to do with their bodies as well. I mean, even if this motherfucker would have said, hey, if a motherfucker got raped, she still got to have a baby. She can't have no abortion. But y'all let him get his dumbass back in office. He has taken away from the prison industries where officers are quitting at rapid numbers, don't want to work anymore for the prison industries. He is taken away from the schools. I don't see anything positive that he's done for the state of Florida that is worth getting kudos for. What I understand is, why won't we go out and vote? Why don't we understand that our vote makes a difference? Now, you might not see that different, and you might not feel that different immediately, but it makes a difference. Guys, I want you to, if you're in Florida, I want you to understand that the whole state of Florida is now red. And if you don't know what that means the Republicans runs everything. And I do mean everything in the state of Florida. So if you don't think you're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of shit that's about to take place, I don't want you to be upset and start talking about, no, because you didn't take your ass out to vote today, and it makes no sense as to why. I wish there was something I can do, or I wish there was something I had done to push African American sisters and brothers to get out and vote, because this the one thing that they want to stop. Let me pause that for a second. Let me tell you something about what this motherfucker. Where he at? I don't have a picture of this pear-faced looking bastard. But anyway, DeSantos, did y'all know that last month? Ex-convicts who was cleared to vote, who had paid their fines or who had completed their probation or parole, whatever the case may be. Did you know that this motherfucker had them arrested for voting? Although they was cleared to vote, this dickhead had them arrested for voting, said they voted illegally. See, you gotta understand, the Republican Party don't want ex-convicts to be able to vote. They don't. And they do whatever they can to remove that vote, because they know that it greatly jeopardizes their opportunity to be elected to a seat or reelected to a seat. But we are not doing anything about it because we want to watch our favorite program, or we're too and go to the nearest whatever the case may be, folks, we dropped the ball. And that I see some dark days on this November 8th, 2022, because a lot of shit is about to change. Because you guys are just giving them the state. They say Florida's not even a swing state anymore. It's Republican state now. So pretty much what they're saying is the Republican run this state, and it's definitely for to get a whole lot of face over. Guys, I am so disappointed right now. I can't even explain to you how disappointed I am in the African American community. And for those who voted, thank you. Kudos to you. My hat goes off to you. I salute you. We appreciate your strive to make change. But those of you who are capable of voting, who has the right to vote, and I'm speaking to those who have the right to vote right now, those who have the right to vote, those who have the freedom to vote, who can just walk into a voter's booth and cast your vote. You didn't use your power because for some crazy reason of thinking, you feel that your vote doesn't matter when in fact it does. Your vote matters. We got some times coming up, people. We got some hard times coming up. And I want you guys to know that on the 15th, I believe the 15th, what day is the 8th? And I think Carrot Faced Bastard said the 15th. Donald Trump is going to announce he's running for president in 2024. And we know he's going to win Florida because Florida is all red now. So we know he's pretty much going to have Florida locked in if we don't do something about it. If we don't decide to make a change and to use our voice and our ability as well as our rights to vote. If we don't do it, folks, we're handing this man the keys to the White House. We're going to give him a open door policy straight to the White House. Like there is nowhere stopping him if we don't change our way of thinking. Your vote makes a difference. Now, I want to say that I understand how some people felt about Charlie Crist running for governor, being that he once was the governor under the Republican Party, and now he's going to run under the Democratic Party. Well, folks, I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell. You have 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. So I don't know what Chris is going to bring to the table. Neither do you, neither anyone. But I know what Marco Rubio, I apologize. I know what Ron DeSantis has brought to the table thus far. And me personally, I don't agree with his policies. I don't agree with his ideological way of thinking. I don't agree with what he feels, how he feels about abortion rights. You see, people campaign off people's emotions, and that's exactly what he did. He used the emotion of the people to get these votes, and he is a governor that we can't trust. He's a governor that don't care anything about the African American community. If you think he do, you're crazy. He is from. I want to say he is from a Latino. I apologize. He is from a Italian background. His family heritage is Italian. So if you don't know how they feel about black people, you need to read about it because this guy, man, is a joke. I think he's a joke. I had high hopes for Charlie Crist, and again, I don't know what Charlie Crist is going to bring to the table. I know that Charlie Crist is a Democrat now, running on the Democratic Party. Now I know that he was going to do everything he can to help out the great state of Florida. But once again we dropped the ball because the percentage of African Americans that voted in this election in Florida was so low that he didn't have a chance. When he lost Miami, when he lost Fort Lauderdale, Broward, when he lost Dade County, Broward County, and then he came back and won Hillsborough County, it was pretty much over with. And it's staggering how I look at all the race candidates and how the Republican Party dominated, clearly smashed the Democratic Party in the state of Florida. We let some good people get away, people. Marco Rubio, U.S. State Senator, is a joke. How y'all allow this man to get back in office? This man right here. This man, this clown, him, this dude. How y'all let him get back in office? I have no earthly idea. Florida, y'all dropped the ball. My African American community, my African American brothers and sisters, we dropped the ball in this election. From Pensacola down to Key West, we dropped the ball. And when the numbers come out, you guys are going to be so fucking shocked at the low number of the African American community that came out to vote in this election. This was the best candidate for the U.S. Senate seat for Florida. And we let her down. I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. I'm not going to scream and yell, but I am highly disappointed that we let her down. Before we continue, guys, I want to say if you definitely want to come in and voice your opinion on this topic, please hit the link in the post that I put on Facebook. It will bring you into my studio. You're more than welcome to voice your opinion on anything that I said thus far. Open to any dialogue that you guys want to put down. It doesn't matter to me. I'm open to it. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, we can talk about it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to Charles Real Talk Podcast on YouTube. Definitely going to be talking about some real hot topics, I guess, over the course of the next year and a half, because we're going to deal with Donald J. Trump running for president again of this country. But I'm trying to get the latest update on the Georgia elections for as the gubernatorial race. I know that Brian Kemp had took the lead, and I don't know exactly where it's at right now, but I am trying to get back to it now to see where that race is at. Herschel Walker was tied with the other brother there in Georgia for the U.S. Senate seat there. I am currently looking at it now. I'm trying to get you guys an update. If you're in front of your TVs, you can let me know what that race is currently doing right now. I think that last time I checked, it was tied up 49-49. So I'm definitely looking to see what that is at currently. Is back up 52. So it looks like he's going to get real. reelected as well. I'm still looking with the U.S. Senate race there in Georgia as well. I'm interested in that. So if you guys, let me see if I can pull that up, because that is a big race too. Because you guys got to understand, we can, Georgia, my Georgia folks, you guys got to understand, we cannot allow Herschel Walker to get into office. We can't. And I'm trying to see now if I can see what the current what is currently going on in that race. Okay, so it looks like thus far, Raphael Warnock is still leading 50.8% to Herschel Walker 47.6%, which is very, very good. In the gubernatorial race there, I'm trying to see what that is as well, because that is an important race too. I'm hoping that I don't see the gubernatorial race right now, but anyway, I'm hoping that turns out as well as this here turning out thus far. Like Herschel Walker's probably gonna lose this year. At least I'm hoping he does, because his two dads don't need to be in office. So let's see how this turns out and see what plays out in this. But we're still waiting on that. The Florida races have been called already. If you guys haven't heard already, Marco Rubio retains his seat in the U.S. Senate, as well as Ron DeSantis being reelected as governor. It was a good race in the beginning, then it faded away, and Santos took a commanding lead, locking in the enough votes to be declared governor once again. I just don't understand how we missed the opportunity to change the course of history, to change the fact that we could have kept the state blue or made the state blue, and we didn't. We allowed it to get away from us, and now it's just out of control. It's out of control, and I just don't see where we go from here. I don't know how we can fix this. I'm hoping that we can. I'm hoping that we can get back to realizing that our vote counts. People, your vote counts. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Your vote counts. And if you don't think your vote counts, then something is wrong. Something is wrong, people. I mean, what happened to this year compared to 2 years ago? You guys got out and voted. You guys got out and put in the work. And you made an effort. Did the loss of that year made you feel rejected and just giving up? You didn't want to. You feel like it wasn't worth doing it. I'm trying to understand. I really want you guys to help me understand why we didn't get out and vote this year. I really would like to know. I really would like. I'm reading Twitter right now, so I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to get an update on a gubernatorial race. I think that it's close to being called, but it hasn't been called yet. But I think that yeah, he's up pretty good. I'm watching it now, really, and I'm shit. But With that being said, man, I just want to I want you guys to understand that we have to change our way of thinking when it comes to these elections. Our voice matters, therefore our votes matters. Voting is power. And you might not think that it means anything. And I know we go through a lot of bullshit in this country as African Americans, and I know people are probably gun ho of some of the stuff that goes on in America. But y'all gotta understand, with everything that's going on right now, with the anti-Semitic hatreds going on, and all this stuff that is going on, it's going to get worse before it get better if we don't change our way of thinking. If we don't realize that our vote matters, then we are definitely falling for the banana in the tailpipe act, and we cannot do that. We cannot sit around and just let people choose on what is best for us, what is right for us, when we should be able to select the people, or we are able to select the people who we want to get in there and represent us, and we don't do it. I'm still keeping an eye on this election in Georgia because I want to see exactly how this is going to turn out. This is Stacey Adams' second time running. I think she's a great candidate for the state of Georgia. So all my Georgia people who may watch this video, may watch this live, or hear about it, I think she is one of the best candidates in a long time to run for governor. Not only because she is African American, but because she is strong and strong-minded, and she takes her job seriously. And I just hope somehow, some way she can fight back and get this governor seat, which I know is going to be a long knockdown, drag out fight, because the fight seems to be really going strong right now. I think Brian Kemp is up by 2% or something like that. I don't know how many of the votes has been casted. I'm still trying to see that part, but I am definitely interested in this race in Georgia. Even though I don't live in Georgia, it is history in the making, and I want to witness it while I'm alive, so I can say that I did witness it and it happened. I definitely want to see Herschel Walker get knocked off. I don't want to see his dumb ass get nothing. And anybody who wants to see Herschel Walker, they're seeing the Herschel Walker update. Warlock is still up by like 8%, 9%, something like that. I'm waiting on the gubernatorial race, which I'm trying to see now. I think they may have called the governor's race, but I'm trying to see. Doesn't look like they called it yet, but I want to make sure and see if I can give you guys the right information. Either I know a lot of you may be watching it in front of your TV right now, but I want to see it for myself and see exactly where this race is going or where it's gone. So I'm waiting to see the update on the gubernatorial race in Georgia. As I stated earlier, for my Floridians, the great state of Florida is red from bottom to top. There is no blue. There is no Democratic control in the state of Florida. We have rendered that totally to the Republican Party. And I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. But I do know it's going to happen. I do know that um, this 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 state is about to change. It's about to change. It's going to change for the worse. A lot of things are going to happen that people are not going to enjoy. Um, I just don't understand the ball and not participate in a powerful election. Um, I'm trying to the um, gubernatorial race in Georgia. I don't think it's been, but it may have been called and I missed it. But Stacey Adams pulled this off. But Florida, I just don't understand what needs to be done or what will get you guys to understand that we have to get out and vote. We have to get out and vote. Um, most of the gubernatorial races have been called. I'm looking at the breaking news now. Nothing has been projected in Georgia for the gubernatorial race as of yet. But Florida is completely done, pretty much. And as I said earlier, Marco Rubio has been selected to yet another term as U.S. Senator. And um, Ron Santos has been reelected to governor's position. Warlock is still up 50% to 48.2%. In Georgia, I really think he's going to take that race. I don't think Herschel Walker can pull that one off, and I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to pull that one off. Once again, they have not declared a winner in the governor race in Georgia. That thing is still running pretty much tight right now. But a lot of the other races has been called thus far. I want to hear some feedback on what you guys think was the cause of a lot of people not going out to vote this year. Tell me what do you feel caused people not to want to get out and vote? Why didn't people get out and vote uh, uh, this year? Why? What was the reason? What do you think the number one reason was? First of all, let me ask that question. And then what do you think could have changed it? Was it the fact of not having enough voting polls? Was it had something to do with they didn't like the candidates? If you didn't like the candidate, I understand. But at the end of the day, we have to make a decision on one of them. You know, it's disturbing that you really can't decide who you should trust to represent you or to represent your state. But at the end of the day, we have to make a decision. We cannot just sit around and not make a decision. So I would like to know. Hello, let me see. This said it's talking about that. Okay. I would like to know, what do you guys feel is the number one reason that people didn't go out and vote this year? Why? Tell me. And be honest. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. You're not going to be judged or anything like that. I just want to know why. Why didn't people get out and vote this year? Why didn't African Americans get out and vote? I want to know. I really, really want to know. And the governor's race is still going on in Georgia. You guys understand that is a big, big, big deal. If she can pull that race off, it will be something spectacular to see. And I'm just waiting to get an update on it to see what is going on over there. Nothing is happening just yet, but I'm still waiting to get an update on that election over there with the governor race in Georgia. It is still going strong. It is still happening. I'm still looking at the Senate race there also with Herschel Walker still putting up a fight. Don't think the fight is going to last much longer, but he is putting up a fight. I definitely want to see what is happening currently in Georgia. I'm trying to see now. There's so much to look at, so much to look for. I'm keeping the latest updates refreshed so I can see what is going on in Georgia. Either once again, I don't live there, but I'm definitely interested in seeing. But to my Floridians, I would love to know what happened this year. I would love for you to tell me. So this just came down. It is 9:41. So about 3 minutes ago, oh Lord, we lost another one. Brian Kemp defeats Stacey Adams once again. So now, oh, this is so heartbreaking. It hurts me to see this, that two states who had the opportunity to make change failed to make that change. I feel bad for the sister Stacey Adams because that's her second time running against this man and could not defeat him. I am shocked and appalled. I am disappointed. I am disappointed for as here in Florida and Georgia. So, people, we have failed miserably. We have failed, and I think we're going to pay the ultimate price for it. One lucky thing that we may be able to get away with is I don't think that Herschel Walker is going to be. I can't even speak right now. I'm just disappointed. I'm really highly disappointed, people. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in these losses. And not only that, we have lost all over the country. The Democratic Party has been slaughtered this year. And the Republican Party is about to show their ass. They're about to show their natural born behinds. And you guys are going to witness it. You're going to witness it. And it affects all of us, not just some of us. It affects all of us. So it's a very, very close race in Georgia between Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock. But it is definitely, I think it's coming down to the wire. I would love to announce this before I end this podcast. Once again, if you want to leave your or voice your opinion, you're more than welcome to. I'm just disappointed, as I said a few minutes ago, in Florida, African American community. I'm disappointed in the Georgia African American community because we failed in this election. I remember in 2022, I apologize, in 2020, I remember seeing so many, I was so happy and so proud to see so many people posting their I voted stickers. And that said a lot. That showed me the fight that we had in us then. But we lost that fight because we allowed them to corrupt our minds with so many other things. Like, for instance, Georgia, Brian Kemp, with the no taxing the gas, get the votes. And if you feel like, okay, he did this for us, then maybe I'll just stay home. He's governor, guess what's going to be paying tax on that gas effective immediately. So you might well get ready for that. That's over with. All the sweet gas prices y'all had is about to go away. Florida, they hit y'all out with some emergency food stamps. Well, you better use them wisely because it's going to cost you in the long run. Mark my words. Remember I told you this. It's going to cost you in the long run. So I hope you guys understand their strategy worked to blindside you one way and to get you to lay down another way, and it worked. I know how I feel doesn't matter to a lot of you because you wouldn't understand how much it hurts to want to vote and can't. I did everything I could to get the opportunity. Now I would say this: 2024, Charles Thornton will be voting. I promise you that. I'm going to vote. Listen. If I got to go to work late, I'm going to cast my vote. And I'm going to do everything I can to pull all of you into the fold as well. Because one thing we can't allow, and we would not allow, and we definitely would be in some of the biggest issues this country ever have, is allow Donald J. Trump to become president once again. Excuse me. And I have, let me rephrase that. My goal is to get everybody who can vote in 2024 to vote. That is my promise to you. That is my promise to the Democratic Party. Because this was a complete, utterly failure on our behalf. Now, um, now, you guys need to read up on a lot of the new election laws, and they're finna get worse. Remember, I told you guys earlier, shit is about to change. It's about to change in Florida. They already started in Georgia because Georgia got these new election laws. It is about to change. So you might as well get ready for it. So you need to read up on it. You need to at least know what power you have before they take it away from you. So I know I may not have been, hopefully I was clear enough for you guys to understand. I haven't gotten a final update on the Senate race in Georgia yet. Either I really would love to have given y'all that update, but I don't have it yet. Let me see. Let me ask Siri. Y'all know how we do. We ask Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. How's the race looking? How's the U.S. Senate race looking in Georgia at this current time?
Okay, I found this on the web for how's the race looking, how the U.S. Senate race looking in Georgia at its current time. Check it out.
All right, so looking at this chart right here, I'm looking right now. I just want to, before I get up out of here, I just want to give you guys, see where we at. See where they're at. I keep saying we, but we're part of this election because this is a very important election, really, because these people are using Herschel Walker, and he's too stupid to realize that because that's just him. But currently, I think they're getting ready to call it. Raphael Warnock is still ahead, and I think that he's going to win that seat, that Senate seat in Georgia, which would be a great thing for Georgia, I believe. Congratulations to Georgia for having that. If that remains the same, but it's still going on. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. I enjoyed this opportunity to talk to you guys, especially my Floridians, about the election, how it turned out. A lot of you probably don't you probably didn't even look at it. You probably didn't even give a fuck. So you don't even know that Santos has been reelected. You don't even know that Marco Rubio was reelected. You don't even know that TK Walker, I believe his name is, was elected to sheriff. You don't know that because you don't care. Well, people, I'm going to say this. You better care. You'll care later on. It's going to be too late. But I'm going to jump about this thing, man. This has been a pleasure talking to you guys. Thank you for joining me here on Charles Real Talk Radio, Real Talk Podcast, where we keep it real, we keep it raw, we keep it authentic. Real talk, real subject, real people. Where we don't keep anything away from you. We bring you the absolute realist. So I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys jumping in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button or click onto my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button and leave a comment, please. You know that helps the channel grow. Nothing means more than the comment and hitting the subscribe button. So thank you very much. Hit the like button, smash the like button on this video. And don't forget, once again, leave your comments down below on how you feel about this election and about my comment towards the African-American community here in Florida, as well as the African-American community in Georgia, GA, and how we failed Val Demmer, how we failed Charlie Crist, how we failed Stacey Adams in this election, because we did. But I'm going to let y'all drill on that. Thank you for dropping in, checking up on me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get up out of here, man. Once again, I'm your man, Charles. Thank you for dropping by. Talk to you guys again soon. Peace.